why these top athletes always seem to end up with white women? Well, it turns out that these white women have a full playbook on how to secure a top athlete going to the NFL or the NBA. Some messages got leaked of a white woman coaching her younger sister on how to secure a top athlete. The woman is telling her sister, who is still in college, that it's easy to bag a top athlete. All she got to do is play her cards right. She told her to deal with the cheating, deal with the other girls. She said that this man will always be attracted to black women, but you have to activate that shenanigans in her by picking at her. So these white girls, they will see that a black D1 athlete is attracted to other black women, and they will pick at her and then hide their hand to make it seem like that black woman is just off the rails, out of control, a complete liability, and that will make him not deal with her at all. She told her to do his homework, buy him food, intertwine herself into his life completely. She said, push for marriage or at least to have multiple kids, and you got him. In 2 years on draft day, you will be a millionaire. So this is their plan. This is why we see so many D1 athletes, so many professional athletes with white women. It's not even the fact that these men aren't attracted to black women or don't want black women. It's the fact that these white women are strategically positioning themselves into these D1 athletes' lives and pushing out any black women that he may have interest in to sabotage through defamation. And that's the major difference between how...
Defamation? I don't know if it's defamation. It is definitely sabotage, but it's not defamation. Bro, at the end of the day, they're competing for the men. Like what this woman is failing to recognize is that there's competition out there. You're not just going to automatically going to attract or keep or catch one of these black male pro athletes just because you're a black woman, bro. Like, no, you're going to have to compete just like everybody else competes. Like, women like the fact that they have options and they have multiple men competing for them. But they don't like the thought of having to compete with other women for men. They don't like that. But this is the real world. And yes, as black men out in the world, it's not only black women that are attracted. There's non-black women out there as well who are willing to do whatever it takes to secure the black guy that they're looking for. Now, either you're willing to play the game and compete or just stand on the sideline and watch. It's as simple as that.
How black women marry and how white women marry. Black women marry for love. White women marry for wealth.
That's not necessarily true, bro. Like, see, now she's trying to paint a narrative of, oh, black women only marry for love, whereas white women only marry for wealth. That is fake news, bro. That's cap. There's plenty of black women who are gold diggers as well. Plenty. Especially the more attractive they are, the more likely she's going to be a gold digger. I've said it many times. Most women, regardless of race, if they are above a 7 out of 10 in the looks department, they are more than likely going to be a gold digger. They are chasing men with money, bro. Why? Because they know that they can attract a man who can finance her life. And all she's going to have to do is be there. That's all. All right? And guess what? There's examples of white women who have got with black men when the black man didn't have anything, bro. Like, this woman is just... You're painting a narrative that's very inaccurate. All right? There's lots of women on social media talking about a guy has to make X amount of millions every year to date her. That, like, you don't need to go far. You will see that everywhere. So you trying to say, oh, they only black women only marry for love? That's bruv. Come on, man. As I said already, There's good in every community. There's bad in every community. You trying to paint this broad brush is not going to fly. Black guys, we know that's not necessarily true. All right?
They see the long game. They willing to wait it out. They willing to do his own work. They willing to take the cheating. They're not doing it out of love. They're doing it to secure the bag.
Yeah, these specific women in this group chat, yeah, they're trying to secure the bag. Yeah, they're leeches. They're vultures. Yeah, they are strategic. They are doing big business. But again, it's not all. All right, it's not all. But anyway,
they know if this man make it to the big leagues, I'm gonna be set for life. And while black women complain about cooking for their man, these white girls are out here doing what it takes to secure these athletes before they make it to the big leagues. If you've ever wondered why these top athletes always seem to end up with white women,
look, at the end of the day, like, I think that we live in a very materialistic world. A lot of women these days, they want to be completely financed. They want to be completely monetized. They all want to wear Van Cleef bracelets and chains and Birkin bags and splashing money and all of this stuff. Everyone wants to live like a rock star. All right. So I think that there's certain element of truth to what she's saying, but there's a huge inaccuracy in what she's saying as well. All right. Because at the end of the day, there's examples of black women getting married. Blood, Janet Jackson literally done it. She married some guy, some millionaire guy out there, and then she secured the bag. She probably acted perfect towards him, made sure she got married, made sure she had a baby, and now she divorced him as soon as the time was up and it was time for her to leave and she would still get a lot of his money. She divorced him straight away. Janet Jackson's a black woman and she's a high profile and she's a celebrity, bro. And she already had her own money and she still did it. Let alone some woman that doesn't have nothing. Like, come on, bro. This is a joke, fam. Let's see what people said in the comments. So this woman wrote, if you ever wondered why so many black athletes date/marry white women, here's why. Well, at the end of the day, as I said, a lot of the points that were made in the coaching were things that a woman should be doing for a man anyway. They should be like, I would add, don't be stressful. Do not add stress to the guy's life. Do not be annoying. Do you get what I'm saying? Like don't have a bad attitude. Be positive and happy. Do not be problematic. Like, all these things should be like common knowledge. Crazy. Next one, bro. 85% of married black athletes have a black wife. We got to stop pushing this lie. This is what I'm saying. Like, majority of people usually couple with somebody of their same ethnic group. Majority, whether they are black male pro athletes, black male entertainers, black male wealthy business owners or whatever. Most black men usually couple up with black women. So when they always talk about this and make this a point of conversation, it's kind of redundant. It's still the minority. Do you get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, there are some black people that are going to do interracial dating. And if you want to get those black people, you want to couple up with them, you're going to have to compete. And that's it. Life is competition, but these women don't want to compete. That's what it is, bro. So then they'll just go on like, oh, all these black men are running to get the white women. It's not really like that. That's not really the truth. It's, are you willing to compete? Are you willing to be the kind of woman that he wants to be with? If you're not willing to be that kind of woman, then, bro, keep quiet, really. Do you get what I'm saying? All right. This one wrote, but the question is, why isn't black women doing or coming up with a better playbook? Ooh. And it's a black guy that said that. So why is it that black women are not coming up with a better playbook? And this is the thing, honestly, yeah, we know as black people, regardless of black men or black women, we have a lot of stereotypes attached to us. Some are warranted and some are unwarranted, yeah? But you as an individual black person, and if you know that you do not want to be seen or viewed or judged as any of those stereotypes, then it's probably best you steer clear from being or acting like those stereotypes. It's probably best to like just put yourself out there in the best possible light. I think that a lot of black people, men and women, they like to live up to the stereotypes, and they like to live up to those stereotypes, but they don't want to be judged based on those stereotypes. They see it as if they're getting judged by those stereotypes, then it's some kind of hating. Oh, you just don't like us. You hate us. That's why. Oh, you just want to be with white people. You just want a white girl. That's why you're like that. You're a self-hater. Blah, blah, blah. No, it's not that. I think that if you want better outcomes in life, you got to do what you need to do to get those better outcomes. And as if it means you need to let go of unsavory behaviors or ways of carrying yourself or whatever, you're gonna have to just do what you have to do. And it's a simple thing, like, and I don't see why a lot of women feel like they don't have to compete. I'm sorry, you do have to compete. And a lot of, especially if you're dealing with a guy that has got something about him, he's got something going for himself. He doesn't need to just accept you the way you are. It doesn't go like that. Next one. It's called treating a man with respect. Funny how that works. That's what I'm saying. Most of the things that woman was talking about in those bullet points, those were just simple things that a woman should want to do for her man anyway. Like, but now we're just making it clear that, yeah, this is how you act. All right? Weird. Okay, this white woman wrote, women of all colors use the same skills to get rich men. Yep. Absolutely. This is not only white women that do this stuff. It's not only white women are gold diggers, bruh. Trust me. Trust me. Next one. Whoop, hold on. Next comment. I hate to say it, but they doing with black women. I hate to say it, but they doing with black women don't want to do. They're doing what black women don't want to do. Ooh. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, sometimes, yeah, us as black people, black men and black women, we think that it's cool to act out our stereotypes. Sometimes we're doing it consciously, sometimes we're doing it subconsciously, but sometimes or rather at some point you have to look in the mirror and take a good look at yourself and analyze your behavior, analyze how you carry yourself out in the world. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, now, if you're not willing to change what needs to be changed, then don't be upset and don't get mad when people or the world treats you accordingly. That's it. And that's how it goes. Especially if you're not willing to listen or take correction or listen to what the target audience wants. Right? That's like McDonald's, yeah? They're selling burgers and fries. Yeah, the customers want burgers and fries, and then McDonald's is like, we're not gonna sell that no more. We're gonna sell tacos. We want to sell you tacos. We're not gonna. And the audience and the customers are saying we want burgers and fries. Bro, McDonald's will go out of business very, very quickly. It's a simple thing. But anyway, next comment. Or black women just need to do better. I'll put it simply. I think there's black women that are doing well and are able to attract the men that they want. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, and as a guy that I've done interracial dating a lot in my life, I can tell you now, bruh, you can have problems with any color of woman, bro. You can date white women exclusively thinking that you're escaping headache, but bro, those non-black women will give you headache as well. Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. A lot of the guys that go on and on about interracial dating, bro, their dating history is very limited. Right, very limited. Their experience with women is limited, because any guy that has had a lot of women come in and out of their life will know that you get stressed with any color of woman, bro. There's no woman that is perfect out there. All right, and that's just facts. They all give you some kind of headache in one way or another, and that's it. This one wrote, where are the black girls' handbook? My bad, they don't need a man. Ooh. See, and that is a mad comment. And I don't think it's just black women that even have that ideology of they don't need a man. I think there's a lot. I think it's a modern woman, Western woman ideology that I don't need a man, because women in the Western world, in first world countries, make their own money. You see, this is the thing. Back in the day, women didn't really make their own money, bro. Like, so they needed a man to survive. And in the ancient world, it was more dangerous because, you know, you had the threat of men, other men and animals and the elements. If you was a woman and you didn't have a man in your life, you was in grave danger. And then as time went on, you know, women didn't really work. So they still needed a man to support them in the household. But now, in our modern time, women make their money, bro. Bro, there's women on OF selling their pictures of their body for $9.99, and they're making $1 million, bro. These type of women that go out there and they're go-getters, they're making their own money. Essentially, they don't really need a man in their own opinion, because they can finance their own trips. They can finance their own bags and shoes and bracelets and watches and jewelry and stuff like that. Now, they would like a man to come and pay for all of that crap, but even if the man that they want is not there, they can still portray this rock star life. So I don't think that's exclusive to black women that they feel they don't need a man. I think that's just a Western, first world, Western modern woman issue, to be fair. Newsflash, if you play your cards right, you have a better chance of landing any man. Someone said black women are doing this too. Yep, I agree with that. They have their strategies just like the white women have the exact same strategies. Yep. This guy wrote, a lot of black women don't like black men that are too well spoken and well dressed. Logically, a lot of college educated men can't pull most black women then. This is a talking point that always comes up, and I would have to kind of disagree, because a lot of the pro athletes, because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about black male athletes, yeah? A lot of pro black athletes come from the hood. Let's keep it real. I played American football in America in college, yeah? And a lot of the basketball players, a lot of the American football players, a lot of them, or the track athletes, etc., a lot of them come from the hood, and a lot of them are hood. A lot of them are hood. Press 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. Press 1. Tell me in the comments below if you know what I'm talking about, bruh. So all this, college educated, because they go college, they're well dressed or well mannered automatically. That's not true, bro. A lot of them are hood, bro. Yeah, so I don't know where you're going with that talk, bro. A lot of them are hood. A lot. I'd say majority. I lived with these guys. I played sports with these guys. I know how it is. All right. This one wrote, y'all hate to compete for your black men, and it shows. This is what I was saying earlier. You have to compete. You are not above competing. Just because you're a black woman and that's a black man, it doesn't mean you're going to automatically get him. I'm sorry. You live in a multicultural society where there's women of all different backgrounds and colors and creeds, and they might want that man as well. You're gonna have to compete. Do you get what I'm saying? Unless you're dealing with a man that is 100%, oh, I only date black women, bro, you're gonna have to compete. And as I said earlier, even those guys that say they only date black women, yes, they're attracted to women of other races as well. Don't get it twisted. Even hardcore racist white guys, sometimes you find out that they're sleeping with black women as well. This is how it goes, fam. All right. Yeah. So yeah, man, like, it's up, bruh. It's a crazy thing. This person wrote 75% to 80% of successful black men are married to black women. Facts. Athletes make up a very, 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 very small percentage. Roughly 1,400 black athletes across the NFL, NBA, LOL. But guess what? These women are hyper focused on that tiny minority of men. Why? Because money, fame, status, and luxury lifestyle. That's why. The majority of black men are with black women, but they don't care about the majority. Because just like in the general society, majority of women are going for the minority of men. Big up Daniel for another super chat. Appreciate you, bro. He says, if you're not competing, then you're lazy and not trying hard enough. Facts. Men understand that you have to compete. We are competing against each other from when we are little boys. Guys are forced to compete with each other from when we're little boys. We understand that nothing is just going to be given. Whereas women tend to be given things. So when they find themselves in a situation where now they're going to have to compete, they see it as unfair. They see it as some kind of sabotage. And it's not that. It's just that you have to compete and you're not owed anything. This person wrote, thank you for sharing this. So frustrating seeing black men get wealth and instantly give it right back to the white community instead of raising up a black woman. Black queens forever, snow bunnies never. So I guess this is a black guy that is on some Dr. Umar type stuff. And do you know what I mean? I don't necessarily disagree with what this guy says, because at the end of the day, like, in essence, you kind of are giving your wealth back to the white community, because obviously, if you're a black guy from the hood and you're just genetically blessed to be a pro athlete, you become a pro athlete, you're gonna get paid by the white people. It's white people who own the sports franchises for the most part, right? So they're paying you, yeah? Then you go and get a white girlfriend, white wife, you go and have kids with her, boom, you have mixed race children, that's your lineage now, that's your family. You're going to be paying and supporting that family, raising that family. This is one truth that a lot of people seem to just like ignore, or they just kind of turn away from. The fact is, the likelihood is if you have mixed race children, there's a high probability they're going to go and couple up with more white people. And that's just how it is, especially you're living in a predominantly white country. In America, the black people in America are like 13%, and black people in the UK are like 4%, right? So the likelihood is that your mixed race children are going to come into contact with more non-black people, potentially, and then probably find one of these people attractive and couple up with them. Now, it's not 100%, and depends on your location as well, because if you live in a very, very predominantly white environment, then that probability skyrockets. I've lived in black environments, I've lived in mixed environments, and I've lived in very white environments. And let me tell you, when you're in those very in those very white environments, a lot of the mixed race people, boys and girls, they will couple up with white people. I'm just telling you. If your children go and couple up with white people, then what do you think is happening? You're basically your blackness, quote to speak, is being diluted out. Because when they have children, those children are going to be predominantly white or non-black. And then once that happens, those children, the probability of those children coupling up with more white people is even higher. Bro, that's like in the 80s to 90%. That's why I said in another video, if you're a black guy that care about your lineage and keeping your black identity in your family and your home, I said, obviously, your best bet is to couple with a black woman, or secondary, you can couple with a mixed race woman, but she has to be very black orientated. So she has to be more embracing her black side than her non-black side. So she will instill those ideas into the children you two produce. And then those children will be more inclined to couple with more black people or mixed race people with the same mindset. And what this person's saying is that, yeah, you're giving your wealth back to the white community. Essentially, that's what you're doing, because you are going to be putting your money into your family, and your family's potentially washing out your blackness. Listen, I'm not even telling you guys not to do it. I'm not telling you not to do anything. I'm just reporting reality, cuz. This black woman wrote, leaving their wealth to white women and the relatives. The wealth does not remain in the black community. Kobe did the same thing. His wealth end up in the pockets of white men who will marry his daughters. This guy wrote, y'all chasing the same carrot, get real. Yeah, at the end of the day, all this is black women doing this and white women doing this. Bruh, women all want the same things fundamentally, bruh. They all want the same stuff fundamentally. So, like, bruh, all of this trying to say, black women only marry for love and white women only marry for wealth. Bruh, that's just not accurate. That's not an accurate thing to say at all.